Taking a trip, be it for business or pleasure, isn't a license to undo all the good work you've done improving your health over the last several weeks or months. You've worked hard at establishing healthier lifestyle choices, so stop and think before you turn yourself loose on the food court. Hello friends, Sarah here. Welcome to episode 15 of a podcast from Lovoni and Sarah, how to stick with your weight loss journey while travelling. Of course, we want to have a good time while we're away. We don't want all your hard work to go down the drain. It could make it difficult getting back into your routine once you're home. Before we get into today's episode, let's go over what our goals were from last week and how we did. Lovoni, fire away. How have you got on?
Well, I had several. So, sleep, exercise, getting all the content done for our new website. And I think there was one more.
The social media sort of...
Oh, right, that's right.
Yourself.
Social media. Yeah. Okay, so sleep, failed miserably on it because I've just got a lot on my mind right now. Just dealing with different things. So getting them sorted. But anyway, so my sleep has not been good. But I have been consistent with my exercise, even though I don't feel very well, because thank you, sister. While my sister was here, I think she gave me some lurgy. She'll say she didn't, but I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. But anyway, but I've still exercised. I even spent 2 hours on my bike the other day while I talked to my friend. I
can't believe that.
I didn't have. That wasn't what I was going to do, but I thought, well, I'm on the phone talking. I may as well be moving. So yeah I did that. And then, of course, getting all the content for the website, definitely doing that, done that, still working on it. And as for the social media and just not doing the comparing thing, I haven't even had time to hardly go on there. So that's worked out well. So yes. So that one's not applicable. I think I'll just put there. What about you?
I said I was going to have a social media cleanup and find... people that inspired me or accounts that inspired me and get rid of those that didn't. A bit like you, I've been really had a lot on my days too, so I have been on there far less, so that has helped. So just in general, I've been scrolling a lot less, but my attention mainly gets caught by funny sausage dog photos or videos. That's not such inspiring content, but it helps me switch off for a while. I have connected with a couple of really good and interesting accounts that have had quite a like-minded approach in some of the things that we've been talking about over our last episodes. So that's been really good. And I've actually found them really motivating, interesting, not only on the similarities between us, but on the differences as well. So it might be that we have a completely different point of view over a different topic, but I found that interesting. But on the whole, they've been really inspiring. So I think I've done okay on that goal this week. And it wasn't a goal of mine, but exercising I've managed to keep up as well. So keeping that, I'm not every day, but regularly, and going and visiting in the gym and doing that too. So it's been okay. My food less successful with my eating.
Is that because of busyness, do you think?
Probably. I think it's just been a bit mindless, if I'm honest.
Right.
And then the routine went out the window, all the things we've spoken about before. So then what happens is you just go to the first thing that's available rather than something that was planned. And so that's been less successful. I've had really delicious things that I've chosen, and I have still mindfully chosen nutritious things to add. But I have also then eaten too big a portions or some things that haven't been that great for me. But anyway, that was my last week.
I feel a little bit virtuous with my food. I was telling Sarah before we started recording, I made this fish last night that was just so good. And I did tomatoes and those little tomatoes, all different colours, with some chilli and olive oil, garlic, and then some olives at the end, and put it over the fish. It was delicious with a whole lot of veggies. Really yeah, you'll be happy to know, Sarah, I'm making myself tofu tonight. My husband's away, so I can cook tofu. Sarah hates it.
We were talking about that last night, and I was like, I just cannot stand it. And I was being urged to consider your approach to tofu.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. It physically makes me ill. I cannot eat it.
But the way that I do it, it's crunchy on the outside, and then inside is just silky. And then I make a really good salad with it.
I'm pleased for you.
So today's topic's quite good for me because it'll give me, things that are
exactly.
right
very
there,
timely.
very timely, that I have to remember because next Tuesday, I can't remember whether it's Monday or Tuesday that I leave. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to over to England, so I'm going to the UK, and I'm going to be seeing Sarah, and we're going to be doing some cooking together. We're going to have some photos taken together, so just, be fun.
Fun and work, all blended into one.
Yeah. And then I'm going up to see my dad's side of the family, which will be nice, my aunt and uncle and cousin, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So this is good for me because I think, well, I don't think, I know, because, I've travelled, and it is kind of a license to just do whatever, I think, and you want to enjoy yourself, but at the same time, you have to come back to reality, and you don't want to come back and have everything just, completely gone by the wayside. I do not want to do that. So for me, I want to be conscious of it without it spoiling things. Yeah. But the places that, and not everybody can do this, I think, especially for people that travel for work. But the places that I've booked are like the Airbnb places that have kitchens, which are nice. Yeah. So the first place I'm staying at, which is near Sarah there in the Cotswolds, they have a kitchen. So I'll go to, a market, a grocery store, and pick up some things there so I can have, like a breakfast. Might be out for lunch, but I love the sandwiches in the UK. I love English sandwiches. They're just good. So I'm just going to be mindful of my portions. That's a thing. Okay. And just not go too hog wild. But what I'd like to do, if it's not raining, is just go for a walk in the morning, when I get up. How's this? How brave am I? I'm going to England and not taking a raincoat. Or an umbrella.
Not sensible, I'm telling you.
I thought I'll buy an umbrella when I get over there.
I'll lend you one, don't worry. Because you're going to need it.
I still have it sitting next to my suitcase, but and it folds up quite small, but still my raincoat, with a hood, I don't know, I'll see. I might still take it.
Have you got space for that? Because if you have, I would suggest you pop in.
I thought that is so brave of me going to England with no raincoat.
It's funny, the word brave, isn't it? There's on the opposite side of that is just stupid.
Stupid. Well, the last couple of times I've been there, it's been hot and sunny, so...
I have to say, the last 2 days we've had a real turn, and we've had some really beautiful sunshine, and I shared a little reel video from I Did the Walk right past where you're going to be staying, Lovoni, on our Instagram stories this week.
Oh, I missed that.
Beautiful. Did you?
I think I did. Huh.
Oh, well, have another look. It's
still there. Okay, radio.
So, a really nice, about a mile and a half. So, decent walk, not a hike or anything, just a stroll. Beautiful sunshine. 2 days prior to that, it was chucking it down so hard that the brook over the other side of my cottage here had burst, so the field was full. The roads had the most enormous puddles all over it. So I'm not entirely sure that we're through the rainy season.
Right. It's been like that here. It's been crazy, yeah. So I'm assuming there's a market somewhere by you that I can go, like, what is it, Tesco, or just is it Tesco? Am I getting that right?
No, not a Tesco, very close, but we can get you a coat if you need a coat.
No, not a coat. No, some food.
Oh, food. Yeah, well, weirdly, I buy food.
Yeah. No, but it's close by there, right? I can just pop in.
Yeah, it's only 5 minutes.
Pick up some berries or something like that.
We go into the town and we can get the food, and there's really lovely bakers that we can go and buy fresh bread.
Right, okay.
So, you're going to I can do a nice little grand tour.
Right, somewhere I can get some wine.
Wine?
Got to get my priorities right. Wine and cheese. Yes. But I think that so that's the first thing, is if you can, even people staying in a hotel, there's often, shops downstairs where they can get some eggs or some cheese or some sort of snack, so they're not
when
doing
I used to travel away from with work is, I mean, it's different if there's a whole group of you sort of together at a convention or something, because you tend to go and eat together, don't you, downstairs in the hotel restaurant, or go out somewhere in one of the local restaurants to have something to eat. But if I was on my own, I generally go to somewhere like Marks and Spencer's or a supermarket where I can get some nice, healthier takeaway stuff, and then just go and eat it in my room in the evening, to be quite honest, because the thought of every night sitting down there and eating on my own didn't really appeal to me. If you're there for quite a while, you get through their menu quite quickly. You know, you've exhausted the different options. You think, I can't face eating the same thing again. So there are ways around it. It's I guess, a little bit of extra effort, isn't it, to then plan what you're going to have and go and get it and take it in, rather than just stroll down to what's on offer downstairs.
I find that here, when I do road trips, because, you know, we used to do that all the time. I haven't done one for a little while, but mine tend to be like big trips. But there's too much drive-through crap food. And so I try and make, at least if we're going to have 2 nights on the road or 2 days on the road, I try and at least for the first day make some sandwiches or something, have that, with you. Some fruit, you know, some nuts. Even I've done where I've just made some hummus and taken radishes and, you know, carrots, things that travel. And it helps. You feel better than thinking, because otherwise you go, oh, well, I'll just have a salad, you know, at one of the drive-through places, and you stop at the thing and you go, yeah, burger and fries, please. Yeah. You know,
it just comes out of your mouth. Yeah.
Right. And you think, oh, I'll be good next time.
One of the tricks, though, is thinking about particularly aeroplanes and things like that. The choice is really difficult, isn't it? There's never anything that's particularly sort of health conscious, but one thing I do try to do if I'm in that situation is still have it, if that's the only choice, but go for the smaller size of something. So if it was a drive-through, I'd have like the kids version of the meal. Do you see what I mean? Right. So actually,
smaller
still
portions.
Not ideal, just a smaller portion, and actually that does make a massive difference, because if you're looking at the calorie content in something, it
could be like half the calories.
It could be, exactly. Your whole day could be gone in one meal, really, for what you're supposed to be taking in.
That's something to remember too, that like one meal can be almost your whole day's worth of calories if you're going really through a drive-through. If you had a milkshake,
I mean, milkshakes are the absolute killers in these things, but if you had a milkshake with your burger and fries, that's literally more than probably my full day intake that I should be having if I'm trying to lose some weight.
Right.
Without being crazy restricted. So by going for the smaller portion, by going for the children's one, or swapping out, I mean, it is dead boring, but swapping out, if you're going to do that, maybe the little fruit packs rather than the fries. You know, there's those sorts of options too. So that's a tip, really, isn't it? If you are going to go for the fast food, because let's face it, most of us do at some point, then go for the smaller portion. That does help you out on.
I just can't go through them, because I'll think that, and then I'll go, I'll have the large fries, please, because I love them. So I just
it's try the devil and sitting on your shoulder whispering away.
You need fries, Lovoni. You want them. You know you want them. So I just try and avoid them. So yes, if we're doing 2 days, like say we're driving down to Florida, then that's like a couple of nights, or at least one night. I just pack some things for that. And, you know, not everybody wants to do that, but not everybody wants to lose weight and not completely go, you know,
well, you know, think of the money that it saves as well.
Well, there's that too, yeah.
It's so expensive.
Especially in an airport. That's the thing
that's
too.
Crazy.
The good thing about planes when you're flying is that the portions are small.
Yeah.
That is one good thing. That they are small and they don't feed you that much. And I really don't need to eat the little packet of pretzels or nuts or whatever it is, you know, that they hand out. You know, I don't need that. So I often just
I suppose that's longer flights. I was just thinking, because I've only really done shorter flights over the last few years. So actually, then you don't get those sorts of things automatically given to you anyway. So you've actually got to go out your way to order and buy something. On there.
Yeah. Well, the domestic flights here, they always give you a snack. and, you know, coffee drinks and stuff like that. And so I try to not, you know, drink the soft drinks, the pop and stuff.
You just stick with alcohol.
Just stick with alcohol. Just a vodka, straight up, please. Thanks.
I try not to have the soft drink. I go for the full.
I have a coffee or a tea or a water.
Yeah, alcohol's not a good idea really on a flight, is it, to be fair?
No, but I do have it going, you know, when I'm going home from LA to Sydney, or from, you know, like this time Atlanta to Heathrow. Because, you know, oh God, it helps me sleep. Yeah. Okay. Glass or two of red wine, or, you know, that's usually about my limit. With my meal is good. Yes. So that's a good thing. On a plane, you can't run off and buy McDonald's or something. But they feed you 3 times, even just on that short 8-hour trip. You get fed 3 times on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Granted, one's a snack, but just because it's there, it doesn't mean you have to eat it. That's the thing,
though, isn't it?
Right.
You know? That is tough.
Yeah. So anyway, for a lot of people, they may be asleep, but not me. I doze.
You're awake and ready.
I'm awake. I'm awake all the time. Drives me crazy. Oh, that's for another episode. Anyway, so I think we just touched on it then, is the whole portion sizes. When I was over there last time in the UK, I was trying to be really mindful of that. You know, if I got a sandwich, I didn't eat the whole thing. Just, you know, saving. And you want to, like I said, you want to enjoy it. We went to the Witchery. My sister and I went to the Witchery in Edinburgh, and the food was incredible. But the portions, because it was a real high-end sort of place, the portions weren't that big anyway, whereas some places the portions are massive. So you just want to be really mindful of that. And just, you know, you get the exercise walking around to airports, but just it's moving, I think.
Yeah.
Really, that's the big thing. And staying hydrated, you know, because you might not have your cup. You know, I have a cup that I carry it around with me from room to room.
With your water. With
my water in, or I take it on location or whatever. And I think when you're away, you tend to do that less. So that's a really important thing.
Depends on the reason you're away as well, doesn't it? I think if you're sightseeing and all that sort of thing, it's harder because you're walking around, you don't carry it with you.
That's it. Yeah, you have to go and buy something. Yeah.
Yeah, and in all honesty, I'm always a bit conscious of toilet breaks as well. So if you're travelling in the car and something, you don't want to keep stopping every flipping half an hour, because if I drink a lot of water, that's it. I'm going to have to keep going to the bathroom.
Right.
So, and then what happens is I don't have enough. So you've got to try and get that balance, because you do need it, particularly if you're travelling. You get really dehydrated, so you must keep, you know, your water intake up. But what do you think is the reason for you, or for any of us, that we suddenly think, blow it, we're on holiday, I'm going to have whatever I want? What do you think happens in your own thoughts? Why do you think that?
I think that
I know you try not to, but what would that original thought be?
Well, I think if you've been really strict by not allowing yourself to, I think this is where where people really trip up. If they've been on a very strict diet that removes, you know, whole food groups, I think that's a big thing, because then you're on holidays and you're not, or vacation, and you're not worried about that. I'm hoping for me this time it'll be better, because I haven't been doing that. I've just sort of been able to have what I wanted, and knowing that I haven't gone too hog wild. So I think that the more restrictive that people have been, the more they find that they might really let themselves go. Yeah. They're out of their environment, and they're thinking, I'm on, you know, a holiday, vacation, so I can do this. I can not worry and just throw caution to the wind. But it's not even so much that. I mean, how much, I guess you can do some damage in a couple of weeks. But what my concern is that when people come back home, because now they're completely out of their routine, then, you know, maybe they're not exercising. If they're staying in a hotel and there's a gym downstairs, you know, that's really good. If they go, that's what my husband does when he's on the road, but he's a bit obsessed at the moment with exercise. It'd be good for him. But Yeah, for a lot of people, they're not. If they're staying like I am in an Airbnb, there's no gym in the house. So it's just...
It's interesting because when I go away, I'm thinking of holidays, or when I was in, business hotels working, it almost the exact opposite happens for me. I see it as an opportunity to actually do exactly how I want it to be. And I did a little bit of delving into this because I see it as I'm going to live this really nice lifestyle for the next 2 weeks. So eating fresh food, exercising, but I think it's because all of my other chores and all the things that need to happen have been removed from me.
Yes.
So I go, my time is my own.
You can focus on you.
So I looked into it a little bit because I was quite interested, and that's why I was asking and wonder why, because I also then sometimes have that. Generally, I might have this really nice attitude for the first week, and then week 2, I'm like, oh, whatever, bring on the ice cream. It's a bit like that.
Yeah,
but anyway. So Forbes published an article back in 2019, and it was describing the challenges and benefits of taking a holiday or vacation. They were, the content of the article was describing the benefits of mental health and work productivity. So it was kind of focusing on the benefit for work. But I was interested because some of the things it was saying was that taking a break allows the brain to come up with new answers. So that holiday or that break that you've got space in your mind to think of some new ways of dealing with
I call that blue sky time.
Yeah, a bit like that. So psychologists call it the incubation, I can't even say it, I'm going to say it third time, incubation, there we go, effect, which is a phenomenon where temporarily walking away from an unsolved problem actually leads to new solutions or insights. So I was thinking, I think that's what happens to me. So I think you can use this for sort of resetting, reinvigorating ourselves with our mindset and our health. Use this as a really positive
way
situation to
that.
Give ourselves this reset. You've got the obvious benefits of relaxing, so less stress. Like I described, my work or my normal home routine has been removed from me, so I've suddenly got the freedom to be able to make these plans and make these sort of changes. It gives you more time to exercise because you're not doing your daily work, whatever that might be. So you've got a bit more time on your hands, haven't you? I know you're holidaying, so you want to relax or sightsee or whatever, but you have got some more time to. You could easily carve yourself out half an hour to go and do something, probably more easily than you can in your normal day, because you're away from your normal sort of to-do lists. And I think it's an ideal time really to create a new routine for when you get home, or polish the routine that you've got, because it might well be working. So, and change some approaches to food choices. So I particularly like it. So my parents live in Spain some of the time, so we're lucky enough to go over and visit there. And the fresh food, as opposed to, my dad goes to the market to go and buy all of the fruit and the vegetables, and it's so fresh, and the meat from the markets there are, it's really, really lovely. So actually, I really look forward to the freshness of what I'm eating. It feels, it feels different. The sun's shining, you're eating outside. That in itself feels, it's more of an event having a meal, isn't it, rather than sat inside at your kitchen table.
And where did I choose to go to?
I was going to say, bring your coat. But each opportunity, I think, gives you that chance to have a look at it in a different way. So there is that sort of left or right situation, isn't there? There is the chance to think, stuff it, right? Bring on the beer, bring on the ice cream, the cake, whatever. Now, I think you do have to make sure that you give your chance to enjoy it too. So maybe I will have a bit more wine than I'd normally have at home, or because I've got the freedom of not having to drive somewhere, or I am relaxed and my responsibilities have been removed. So yes, of course, you're going to add that in, but it does give you that opportunity to have a really good look at your routine and perhaps do it even better than you normally would do at home. So maybe you can then try and bring that home. For what happens for me is I get home and I'm like totally refreshed and fully into this. Yes, I want to eat nicely, and I give it a week when I'm back home and I'm already suddenly like, oh my god, where's my time gone? Right, go, and that routine is more difficult then because you've got all the extra layers, haven't you, of all your normal stuff. So just as another way of thinking of it, that
I like that
you can think of it as an opportunity rather than something which is a blow it moment.
That's what I'm going to do while I'm over there.
Just this is a little bit, so we can do it. I know we're not spending the whole time together when we're here, but actually we can support each other. We're both doing exactly the same thing. This is not someone that's going to encourage you to go, oh, don't bother. We're both trying to make changes to our house. So that's the other thing, is it depends, I suppose, who you're holidaying with or who you're away with work.
Right.
You're going to have a bit of strength of character, aren't you? Because possibly work colleagues might say, oh, don't worry about that. Just don't worry about your exercise. Come and do this. We're going to go out for a few beers or whatever. And you're going to have the strength of your own mind to say, I'll join you for those beers or whatever. But I want to spend my hour doing this first.
Going exercising first, yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be quite strong in what you want for your own life rather than being influenced by other people.
Right. Yeah, so when I go shopping, I'm not going to go and buy the box of Cadbury roses. I've done that before over there.
Of course.
Because chocolate in England's really good.
Well, also, you're arriving just after Easter, so we'll have chocolate eggs everywhere.
Right, and they'll be on sale.
Yeah, and it's my birthday. So
and it's Sarah's birthday. There'll be cake, yeah. Which,
on my birthday.
Right. I can have cake. I just don't need to eat a huge slab of it. That's the trick. We need to buy or make a smaller cake. Because there's not a whole family size to get through between like 4 people. Right.
So if you make it smaller, you can have some, really, really enjoy it, but just not eat a whole thing.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I like that, looking at it in a different way, a positive way. It's like a reset.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to not having to do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
just relax.
Just to relax. Yeah, that will be nice. Although I do have, like, computer stuff to do. But I am spending 10 hours in Atlanta, so always check, people, before, when you're booking a flight, always look at why it's a good price. Yes. Normally I always look at those things. So my flight from Atlanta, because I have to go from Indianapolis to, Sarah knows this, from Indianapolis to Atlanta. My flight leaves Indianapolis at 5:30 in the morning. Now the flight takes about an hour and a half at tops, right?
Right.
And I'm in Atlanta for 10 hours. So I decided I think I'm going to have to take my computer with me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's sometimes the most productive time when you've got a captured audience sort of moment. It's you just sit there and just bash through
there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
I can go for walks around the airport, which, I'll get up and do, but I'm not going to spend my time eating.
It's like some people dread really long flights, and I'm like, oh, I love them because it means I literally don't have to do anything.
Yeah. I can't wait just to get on that plane and
watch a movie, read a book.
Yeah, for 8 hours. I don't have to do anything. Yeah.
Not have to then go and empty a dishwasher or do the wash load or whatever. I'm like, bring it on. I love
bath the dog. Yeah.
Exactly.
I know, it's so good. So I mean, really, I think the key things that we're talking about is like yours. That was excellent. Of thinking this could be like a positive change to either just rejig your routine a little bit or ramp it up a little bit. Mine definitely is to stop by a local store and pick up some some fruit and some, whole grain bread and things like that. Excuse me. If you can, get a room with a kitchen or, an Airbnb place with a kitchen. If you're on the road like me, just do a little bit of meal prep. I mean, like nice things, like nice sandwiches. They don't have to take ages. Even if you go and buy a rotisserie chicken and make, chicken salad, that's usually what I do. And just, grab a few things, put a little cooler bag in the car. And then, if you're stuck in an airport, you're doing the whole airport thing, try and make, better choices. I mean, some airports just have such great food. When I was leaving Sydney, when I was home, I think that was the last time a big flight was coming back from Sydney. I went to a Japanese place and had some soup and some little steamed dumplings. Just things like that. Just trying to make, rather than burger and fried food. Yeah,
it depends on the airport, doesn't it? I think those larger destination airports, you've probably got a better choice than some.
Right.
But, it's just, I think, take a look, have a really good look, proper look at what's on offer. Whether it's from the little sandwich sort of courts where you can get a takeaway sandwich through to, even if you are only stuck with a burger and chips sort of option, then even within that, what's portion. The best choices within that smaller? Is it, maybe, I know that McDonald's has a grilled chicken option rather than the coated fried chicken.
Right.
So if you go for grilled chicken in a salad wrap, that's substantial, and maybe leave. I know you're looking at me thinking, yeah, but I'm not going to do that.
She's going to say, leave the fries.
And leave the fries.
It's true. Yeah.
If you're really, really stuck and you're really, really determined to make some life choices that's going to affect your future,
right, you
could go, as we said, there's no should in this world, there's could. You could go for the grilled salad wrap, no fries, and a bottle of water instead of a
bottle of water. Yeah, exactly.
So even within these different things, when you feel like you're really stuck, and it is going to take a strength of character, it is going to take determination and consistency. But maybe if you do that, then you can balance that later with the glass of wine you're really looking forward to. It's about that balance. It's not saying that I'm never going to have anything, but if you go for the best option you can while you're doing the traveling, it means you can then enjoy something else a bit later. There's no point cutting everything out of your life, like we've said before.
You can even, I take stuff on for those long trips too. Sometimes I take stuff on the plane. One thing, although it's a bit sticky when you open it, is some beef jerky. That's a good, thing.
My son loves that. I hate it.
Why? Oh my God. Oh, they have such good beef jerky here in the States. So good.
It looks gross though, doesn't
it? It's smoked, and the nice thing is it takes so long to chew.
Still there at the end of the flight.
Yeah, you're still chewing it 8 hours
you
later.
You haven't bothered with any of the meals that they've delivered because you're still chewing on the thing.
But see, that's good. I do that in the car, or if we stop at to get some petrol, and you're hungry, rather than doing a drive-through, I'll get some jerky. Another thing is those wasabi peas. Have you ever had those?
Oh, I love those.
I mean, I know they're coated in stuff, and I'm not saying, this is an everyday thing, but for a road trip or to eat on the plane, I think they're pretty good too. And, definitely water. I think that's
My son likes dried fruit. He eats quite a lot of
dried fruit. I know
the sugar content
nuts.
in there, but if you're talking about that or an actual
chocolate bar or something.
He's still better with the fruit. So he has dried banana chips, dried mango, apricots. That's he really enjoys it. So you could put a good selection of that in a tub with some nuts. I know you need to be careful with flying with nuts, don't you? Because some people get allergies, so they prefer you not to take them. But anyway, I guess.
Oh, in America they still give out peanuts on the plane, so.
Do they? Oh, stuff them then.
And at Halloween too. Peanut, they're usually the things I get, the peanut ones, because that way I won't eat them, because I don't like peanut and chocolate together.
Don't you?
No, I like peanuts and I like chocolate. I just don't like them together.
I'm like that with fresh fruit and chocolate. Don't be putting any chocolate over my fresh fruit cheesecake or anything. Like chocolate dipped strawberries is mine.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I love chocolate and I love strawberries, but why are you putting them together?
Oh, because they just go together so well.
No.
So what about
like
a torte? No. What about a torte, though, where you've got the layers of the meringue layers, cream, the chocolate, the strawberries?
No, I do all of it, but just don't put chocolate in it.
Really?
Cream, meringue, I don't like chocolate on it. And if they put a fruit coulis on my cheesecake it's got some chocolate on it, like you can leave the coulis. I don't want the fruit with it.
But you'll have the coulis though, just not with the chocolate.
No, the fruit. I don't want fruit. If it's got chocolate in the cheesecake, don't put fruit coulis on it. I don't want the fruit with it.
Even if it's white chocolate.
Oh, I don't know. That's different. Now you've
white chocolate and strawberries are good.
You're really testing me now. Actually, I think I would be all right with white chocolate.
Right. Because white chocolate, my husband doesn't like chocolate, but he'll eat white chocolate. So I do a white chocolate cheesecake, and that has strawberries on it.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, right.
We'll meet in the middle.
Okay, radio. There you go. Oh dear, too funny. So my goals for my trip are going to be, the first one is the portion sizes. That's the big one.
Yep.
And just, I'm going to try no, I'm not going to try. I am going to go for a walk every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought I might also do, because I do strength training exercises at home here, just come up with a few things to do, just, using my body
Well, you can just
weight
go
or
into my
something.
son's gym while you're actually here.
Oh, and the punching bag or something, right? Yeah.
He can give you a little boxing session if you like.
Oh, good grief. Yeah, thanks.
No, but I mean, there's exactly that. There's ways around it, and you can do some body weights.
Right.
You're using your own body weight.
Even just some leg lifts, lifting your knee up to your chest type thing, just some things like that.
Lunges, all of that sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's some good dance stuff too on YouTube as well. I could do a bit of that. Anyway,
if
just
I see
something.
Dancing in the fields, I'll be like, what's she up to now?
Spinning the wine again. But anyway, so just to try and, just to keep mindful of that, and not go, yeah, I don't care, because I do. I'm in a good place now with things, so I don't want to undo it all. What are you going to be your goals for the?
I'm going to use your travelling and create a goal for myself, because I'm travelling nowhere.
Right.
Well, actually, I'm going to London tomorrow, so I already know that it's going to be quite a heavy drinking evening, so that's out of the window. But I'm going to use your travelling as a mini reset for myself. So actually, when we're doing things together, whether it's the cooking, filming, whether we're, working because we've got work to do together, all that sort of stuff, is I'm going to use your approach to your travelling as also to do a little mini reset for myself.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I'm going to do. And I can come for a walk with you. I know I go to the gym, but I can do that and actually create a bit of a reset.
Right.
I'm going nowhere, but treat your holiday as my reset.
And I'll be like, Sarah, if you drank your water. Sarah, if you drank your water. Because I do that with people that work on photo shoots with me. Have you drunk any? I haven't seen you drink water today. You need to drink water. I'm always on people about that.
I've been like that around here at home as well. Like, you need to drink some more water. I'm onto it a bit more. So,
yeah. It's so... People don't realise about being hydrated, how huge that is. Because, you get to the afternoon, you're feeling sluggish, you might have a headache. That's when I can usually tell. And
it's usually because headaches.
You're not hydrated enough. That's another thing too I want to just make sure I do, is just keep up with my fruits and veggies, when I'm traveling around. So, yeah, I'll definitely do that. So Sarah and I this week are actually recording the back-to-back. So we can't, because we're recording back-to-back episodes because I am going away. So I'll have to report back, and then we're taking a 2-week break. So I'll have to report back. Wow, it'll be like a month or something by the time I do.
That's okay, because you can do a trip update, can't you? You can tell everyone how the trip went, and it can be included in your whole update as well.
Plus, I can put that on the website too.
Yeah.
With some lovely photos of England. Yes. Yeah. I have contemplated taking my camera, but it just takes up too much space. But anyway, so next episode we will do, so for episode 16, this is episode 15, but for episode 16, we're going to do a recap of the last 3 months, go over what some of our favourite episodes have been, which ones had the biggest impact on us, which ones that you all liked the most as well, and how we're going with our journey. So we're going to do a bit of an update on that and a recap. So join us for that episode as well. So what are you cooking this week, Sarah? Oh, well, I guess you're going out, so you...
Well, I'd say I've really not planned a lot because I'm away tomorrow and Friday. Then we've got Easter weekend, so I'm going to go and visit family for Easter Day and that sort of thing. Then we're going to hurtle straight into my birthday. Had I mentioned it's my birthday?
So no, is it really?
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to be 47. Wow, I'm coming to terms with that. So we'll be going out for dinner, I should imagine.
If you're coming to terms with being 47, I still haven't come to terms with being in my 50s.
I don't mind being 47. I'm just surprised. I'm like, how is this?
What, surprised that you've lived this long, or surprised that...
Well, there is that as well. Like, well done, Sarah. You've managed to get through. It seemed like only a couple of years ago I was having my 40th birthday party, and then I'm thinking,
it's crazy.
How can that have been 7 years ago? Anyway, so we'll be going out for dinner. You and I'm sure we'll be going out for dinner as well, so I can show you around some of the places. So I haven't made a huge plan on what I'm going to eat, if I'm honest.
Right.
But when I am doing all of those things, I truly am going to make some conscious decisions. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy some of the things, but just smaller portions of all of these things that I'm going to choose, which I know will be more rich, won't they? They'll be richer than you'd normally have as your normal food at home. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna get through it all.
Well, I'm cooking tofu tonight. That's on my Sarah's pulling faces at me. It's so good. It's crispy, and then it's creamy in the middle, and then I'm doing it with like an Asian sort of inspired salad. And basically going through all the food that's in the fridge. It's just packed full of fresh stuff. Because, my husband's away at the moment. So, I'm just going to be making lots of salads and eating lots of broccoli and broccolini. Nice. And I'm going to make a roasted carrot hummus. I'm going to do that.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, and roast some peppers. And I might make... you get sausages and you cook them, and then you do like a jambalaya rice, and you put the sausages in there with lots of peppers and veggies and things. So I might do that too. I'm not having all of that for dinner tonight.
So that's portion control, maybe.
Right. That's something. See, if I make that tomorrow, if I'm feeling all right, I have to say I'm feeling quite under the weather at the moment. But if I'm feeling all right and I make that tomorrow, then I can eat it for the next, few days. Yeah. I can just reheat it, which sounds like a really good plan at the moment.
I feel like I need to confess to you, though, Lovoni, after our episode on food and mood, and you gave me a roasting over the number of oven pizzas that apparently twice a month is excessive.
How many have you had since then?
None. Bloody none, thank you. But I have been to the supermarket this morning and bought 2 because my son's going to be home alone.
Oh, right. Yes, yeah.
And I thought, you know what? And he might well have a mate or 2 over, whatever. But so I did buy some today. But as I was putting them in my shopping trolley, I was thinking, gosh, you'd have kittens knowing that. So I am going to confess, I have bought 2. But I haven't had
people always feel like they have to confess their food choices to me. My sister confessed to me when she was staying here that before I come and visit, because I always stay with her when I go back home, she feels compelled to clean out her pantry and her fridge so I don't go through it and say, well, this is out of date. I said, well, I wouldn't go and do that because I do some cooking when I'm home. Yeah. But yeah, so I don't pick something out and find out it's, used by dates.
That thought crossed through my mind about you arriving thinking, after your decluttering jar thing, thinking you're going to walk into mine thinking it's going to take more than 1 jar, Sarah.
Yeah, this might take 3 jars, Sarah.
You might take a few jars.
I will think nothing. Oh, that's too funny. All right. Well, thanks for listening. As always, we hope you found this episode helpful in some way. Remember to follow us on Instagram, at Lovoni and Sarah. Please let us know if there's any subject you'd like us to chat about in the future. But remember, the best of your life is ahead of you, and we're here to help you get started on it. So what do you say we do this together and help each other find that sparkle and joy? Take care, and we will chat to you in the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.